Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you've hit like and subscribe with all the other crazy things I've been doing on here. But if not, it's time to do it. I only have 35 subscribers more to go before this hair comes off. So please, please, please send in your likes and subscribes to me. I would be so excited if we had that going on. So today I have a super special guest that I'm really just getting to know. I've only known him for about just over a year and a half now. And we always have fun things to talk about in the hallway when we run into each other. So without further ado, here is my special guest. Who are you today?
Hi, it's Miles MacFarlane calling. I'm a grade 8 teacher at Leland North Community School, and I've been here for, a long time. I think it's 17 years or something like that, but it's a great space to be in, and I'm really enjoying getting to know you and working with you too.
Thanks. So how long have you been teaching middle years, or has it been the thing that you've always taught?
Well, I've been teaching, I think this is my 29th year. I did grade 8 for a good majority of it. I was a vice principal for a little bit of time, and I was a technology coordinator for a few years as well. And I did grade 5 at Collicutt School for 3 years, but the vast majority of my teaching time has been at Leela.
Oh, it's
I was an EA at Finney for a year before I got my degree too.
So that's sort of what started you on this journey is you liked being an EA and then decided to go for it?
I needed that experience to get into the program, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Now, you and I talk about music a lot when we run into each other in the hallways. And I heard from your wife that you might have a bit of a collection of instruments in your home.
We do. So I started playing the trumpet when I was in grade 5. So I was 10 years old when our band teacher, Miss Milgram, who's just an amazing, amazing woman. I believe she's passed away recently.
She's a teeny tiny fireball, isn't she?
She was about 4 foot nothing and had a command of a huge band with not much more than, well, she yelled a lot, but needed to, but she was fabulous. She was never married, never had any kids. Her life was music, and she was a real inspiration to all of us. So in my family, I had her as a teacher, a music teacher, right from grade 4 through to grade 12. And my sister had her, my cousins had her, and so she really shaped a lot of what the kind of the music that's in our lives when our family gets together. It's a rare occasion when we don't get the guitars and the pianos and the instruments out and play and sing together. And my mother was certainly musical and started teaching me piano when I was about 2 or 3, and took some lessons myself. But yeah, music has always been a big part of our life.
So did you play trumpet all the way through school?
I did trumpet from grade 5 to grade 12, and then when I played piano a little bit before that, and then when I was in grade 9, I started playing the guitar. I took a couple of lessons, jazz lessons, just to learn the bar chords, and then I kind of took off on my own. I would say now, today, guitar is probably my primary instrument, but I pull the trumpet out every once in a while and play it too. So you'd mentioned about the variety of instruments at home. We've kind of been collecting them. My son is in grade 11 right now, and he's been playing the saxophone. So at home, we have an alto sax and a tenor sax. We've got the trumpet and the guitar. We have a bass guitar. We have a French horn, a flute, a clarinet, and one of those auto harps. Where you press the chord and you play. We have a couple of those. We have a didgeridoo, recorders. We have a piano. So the house is, and spoons. Mrs. MacFarlane plays the spoons.
So now, have you attempted to learn all of those instruments?
Both Carlin and I, my son and I, can play. We can usually figure out things. We can both do scale. Oh, and we have a trombone now too recently. Yeah, I can play Twinkle Twinkle and Hot Cross Buns on all of them.
Oh, that's amazing. And I mean, this is the perfect time to be getting them out, right? And learning a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So when you were in band, do you remember how much you were practicing? What was sort of your routine that way?
Well, I have to admit, I mean, when I listen to my son practice, he's on it all the time, and he plays almost every day at home. I know he plays before we get home because he likes to kind of rock out to some things, and we love hearing him. I'll have to admit, when I was in school, I was playing the trumpet in the band, but I was probably playing my guitar more than than I was playing my trumpet at home. But we had enough occasions throughout the year with family, kind of, that we would play a fair bit. But I would imagine I'd get the trumpet out maybe 2 or 3 times a week just to kind of mess around with it on my own.
Yeah, and I'm sure you were able to play everything that Mrs. Ms. Milgram asked you to play, or else she would have told you that it wasn't good enough.
Yes, yeah. And I was the lead trumpet in my grade 11 and 12. Was played first trumpet, and so it was. It came with some practice and skill, and for sure, yeah.
Was there a jazz band?
There was, yeah, and so we had our regular class band for credit in middle years. In fact, I think when I was in grade 6, I was invited to play with the high school band. So there was an evening kind of a community band made up primarily of high school students. So I had some neat opportunities to play there. And then there was a jazz band too that practiced in the morning. So we had to go early to school and put in an hour before classes. And I loved that. That was so much fun. So there was a lot. There's probably why I didn't practice as much at home, because I had, about 2 or 3 classes a day of band classes.
Right. You were really immersed in everything happening that was musical in your school.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, talking about musicals, I heard the sad news that your Spamalot musical performances have sort of been shifted for now. Can you tell us a little bit about what being in a musical that way sort of means for you?
Sure. So when I was in middle school and high school, the high school was putting on musicals, and I was never on stage. I was always in the pit band, which I loved because I loved the music, and it was fun to see the coordination between what was going on in the pit and what's going on the stage, and kind of being the soundtrack was really gratifying. I really enjoyed that. This last year, I was convinced I had my arm twisted to get on stage for this musical Spamalot, and that was fun too. A lot of fun getting together with everybody throughout the week and practicing. And so yeah, we did 2 runs. We had to cancel the other 2 because of the COVID-19 virus, but we're hoping to be able to mount the last 2 performances in the fall, or whenever we can.
So now, whereabouts are you guys performing it?
We are performing in Brandon at the Western Manitoba, what is it, WMCA, the Western Manitoba Centennial Auditorium. And so my sister is very musical as well. She is the band director for the musical, and she's been on stage. My nephew is on stage and sings and performs. And my son was in the play as well. So it was a real family affair. So we would drive out on the weekends for rehearsals.
Oh, well, I can't wait to see it when it comes back up, when all of this interesting time is done.
Yeah.
So do you have any words of advice for students that are at our school, or anyone who might be watching that's maybe wondering about keeping music going, even if they don't choose it as a career?
Yeah. Music is one of those things, I think, that lives in your heart and your mind. And when you are, I find anyway, myself, when I'm on my own, there's always a song going through my head, or I'm tapping it out on the table, or humming along. And it's they're like beautiful companions that live with you forever. And whether you're together, and what I think, the advice I would give kids now is that while you're in school, be part of the band, be part of the choir, because those kinds of experiences are hard to capture when you're done. So often we end up pursuing kind of individual things, and it's nice to be able to pull out the guitar and play on your own, or when there's a little group together. But when you're in school, really take advantage of those band and choir, those community type things where you need a big group of people to make it work. And there's, just like sports, it's the community effort to make to score the goals. So I think like band was my sport.
Yeah.
We come together and the pride of accomplishment, the sense of collaboration, the joy of just kind of your single part fitting in with everybody else's and making something amazing is really just a joyful feeling.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. I look forward to hearing more from you and maybe getting you to play along in the Leela band. We'll get you a trumpet.
That would be fun.
Although you can bring a trumpet from home or a variety.
Yeah, sure. I can bring that one.
Oh, but thanks so much again.
Hey, my pleasure. Take care,
Have a good rest of your day. Thanks.
Yeah,
Bye.
you too. Thanks. Bye.